have finally sold 10,000 items on Whatnot, 10,000 unique orders, technically auctions or buy it now sold. I'll put the screenshot up here. So each and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST, I go live and I sell 300 to 400 low-end, typically NFL cards. There's some other stuff I will sell also. This is just some of the type of stuff, some things I wouldn't end up selling, you know, like Isaiah Spiller. But, you know, Mahomes, Jamar Chase, just cool cards like this. I will end up selling on my Whatnot. I just wanted to kind of make this video about what's going to happen next. Like, am I gonna stop doing low-end stuff? Where's my mindset at after selling upwards of 10,000 sports cards, low-end sports cards, for the most part? Yeah, well, technically, for most people, all the stuff I would consider is low-end. But so yeah, I will never stop selling low-end sports cards. I feel like that should be the first thing I should say. For me, I think I found, you know, one of my true passions, and, you know, obviously, it would be cooler if all this stuff was, you know, $100+ cards, right? And, it would be like a lot more, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say fulfilling, because even this is just cool to me, you know? Like, there's a lot of stuff that I have, that's worth something, you know? But, you know, obviously it would be like, you know, if this card was worth $100, this card was worth $100, you know, and that was the entire thing, and I had like 1,000 of those. Obviously, I mean, that's like the, I don't know, the picture perfect, the glorified aspect of selling cards. But man, I don't know, for me, I am a low-end guy for sure. Like, just some stuff, you know, obviously you have to find the right person for it and all that. But for me, I think everyone has the ability to spend $5 on a sports card. Not everyone has the ability to spend $1,000 on a single sports card. So for me, this is just the avenue I like to do. I also like it because, for example, I'll find random cards throughout the boxes and all that once I'm digging through and all that. Like this. Josh Palmer on the Stars Prism SP. Probably one of the only wide receivers that the Chargers have right now. So something like that, I'll probably be able to get $5 for. It's a $5 bill right there. This, Jalen Hurts legendary logos, that's probably another $3 right there. This, maybe 50 cents to $1.50. All adds up. Maybe you add 50 cents to $1.50. All adds up big time. So when you consider that, this is probably, in 4 cards, potentially $10. Maybe on the safe side, $8 right here. Depending on the room and all that and whatnot. For me also, like, I don't know, I just enjoy cards. I've enjoyed cards since I was a kid. Shout out to my brother. He got me into Pokemon cards when I was younger. He was my introduction into cards and the aspect of collecting and all that. And it was a different aspect of collecting, obviously, sports cards and Pokemon cards, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Was another big thing that he introduced me to. There's like Card Fight Vanguard, I'm pretty sure one was called. There's also another, there's a couple other card games that he introduced me to. One was Resident Evil. It was a really fun one. But yeah, so he was my introduction into cards when I was younger. And one of my friends from high school actually introduced me into, or told me that I should start looking into sports cards. It was right during 2020, right before the big boom. I actually started to get into the aspect of doing breaks. So obviously, for me now, I'm not so much of a huge fan of doing breaks just for my own personal collecting and all that, and it's just not the route I like to go anymore. Obviously breaking, I've realized breaking does have its own perks, and obviously it does have its own downfalls as well. I think everyone can kind of agree. Sometimes people can't see both sides, but I feel like for the most part, if you're, I feel like people can potentially see the differences in opinions and all that. Some of it's like, obviously, a lot of this stuff, comes from people who break stuff, who, potentially buy their products from these breakers, from card shops and all that. A lot of this stuff that I would not be able to get my hands on do come from breakers. A lot of it, breakers and card shops and all that also minimize the amount of fake cards there are in the market. As a big thing also is how the card shops and breakers source their goods. Like, just found a random Brandon Cooks number /50. Khalil Shakir rookie. Just things like that just add up a lot. Like, even Tutu Atwell's, he's probably the wide receiver 2 with the injuries they have. Ramondre, Silver Prism, Mosaic True rookie. Malik Willis is playing right now even. Micah Parsons, always nice. But yeah, so one of the big things that for me is I buy bulk lots like this, especially, so when I look through, and then I'm able to look through and find out some stuff, just like, especially at card shows and online is the two main places I get my stuff at. I go to the local card shop every now and then also and dig through their value bins. But for me, I'll never stop selling on Whatnot, or what should I say, I'll never stop selling low-end sports cards. Hopefully on an auction platform would be the main goal for me. Obviously, I'm not tied to Whatnot in any way. So that would be one of my goals in the future, is to get potentially a sponsorship with Whatnot. I think one of the big things for me is to continue doing it, make that next, 10,000 sales on Whatnot and the Whatnot platform. One of the big things for me is I'll probably never stop selling low-end sports cards. I already said that, but it's just, I don't think enough people do it, and I don't think there's enough people out there. And yeah, so yeah, one of the big things for me, especially with selling low-end sports cards, is the amount of extra value there is for me buying purchases from people that are wanting to move inventory. Every time I look through boxes and all that, I find more and more random cards. I'm just like, okay, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. So for me, I'm kind of really enjoying and appreciating the aspect of buying low-end sports cards, selling them and all that, because as time goes on, like these cards, like $2, you know what I mean? And that's 11, 13, 15, 17, 22, 24, there's 39, 42, and 44. So $44 even in this little pile right here. So for me, what I like to do, and like that's not including all of this pile. Like that's probably a $2, $3 card. That's probably a $2 card. Like, if I run it on Whatnot, I could get more even. That's probably a decent $2, $1 card. Certain stuff, like also doesn't get the love or attention it does, like the Mosaic Prisms. I don't know, those are just short printed parallels and all that. Joe Montana parallels, like, so this stuff is, liquid, and people are trying to buy that each week. So for me, I just keep finding more and more value as I look through. Like, that's $3, that's $9 right there. I think I've finally realized the value that can be made by selling low-end sports cards. It's one of those things that once it finally clicks, it clicks. I feel like, I don't know if anyone else has had that experience in their own selling journey of sports cards, but like, I mean, right here, that's $20 in 4 cards right here, right? Value-wise, like, it's like, that's a $20 bill, and on top of that, like, I don't know, I'm like one of those people that, obviously all this stuff is inventory I need each and every week, and I need 300 cards of them, but I'm literally making my money, I'm like profiting off of these cards enough to the point to actually be able to, you know, like, all of these cards are extra. It's kind of crazy to me to think about and all that. But yeah, I'm sure people have been in that same boat. Obviously, it's something you just have to do, right? Like, you have to, like, I don't know how to explain it. I could teach anyone how to do sports cards. The amount of time it would take me to teach someone to do sports cards would be a lot quicker than what I've learned, as long as you're actually into it and all that, right? If you're actually willing to put in the time. Like, that's another $5 card, $6 clearly Don Russ rated rookie auto, Jake Plummer, like Bowman Chrome Tim Lincecum auto, Jalen Petrie auto for $7, Micah Parsons at a 99 tackling Joe Burrow for $7. Like, these are cards that, you know what I mean? Like, people will just neglect and all that. But to me, right now, I'm just like even, you can even add this one in there for $2-3. I'm guessing, like, that's last comp on it. Like, he's starting right now. Chuba Hubbard, Travis Kelce, touchdown masters, a $2-3 card easily. Jamar Chase, $2-3. Trevor Lawrence, $2-3. Like, all of this adds up big time. Brandon Ayuk, red color match. It adds up big time. We're not even talking about the Jamar Chase optic rookie patch there. Like, Garrett Wilson, contour silver. And then I'm not talking about the higher dollar valued stuff too that I have. It gets really wild. Like, even like, I don't know, because right now, I mean, I'm on, like, with this stuff and all that, like, I'll probably go and sell on Whatnot and all that and do that. Do direct sales more and more. That's one of the big things for me, is to go on there and on Whatnot and start to just do this, right? Just go through, see if anyone's interested in these cards at their sticker prices. So for me, just naturally, I'm going to start buying the higher dollar stuff. And also, if anything, I just end up running them on Whatnot and on my Wednesday stream and getting rid of them. I think Whatnot, or a live selling platform, has changed the game for me, quite literally, in the aspect of where I've been at in my collecting journey and my experience selling cards. I wouldn't be at this level I am at currently without doing a selling platform and ending up, you know, taking that leap and that jump and hoping, you know, like hoping the best and preparing for the worst and all that. But yeah, so I think for me, one of my main goals is to continue doing what I'm doing, to, you know, realize the sanctity and the wide implications that selling these low-end sports cards can do for me. I want to start doing more and more stuff regarding Whatnot. I think for me, one of my big goals is to get into a business relationship with Whatnot directly, potentially. I don't know, who knows? I just think that for me, I know people who've done a lot less for the platform that are getting currently compensated and have relationships with the Whatnot platform, that obviously, you know, it's a little off-putting, or, you know, like saddening to me, that no one's reached out. But I know the person directly who is the relationship person, like the person who does all the partnerships directly with Whatnot. So I also don't know if he's actually allowed to get me situated with that. But yeah, so I've reached out to him technically. I don't think he has his messages enabled anymore or something. But reached out to him. Haven't heard anything back. But yeah, so I'm a free agent. Technically, for me, I'm gonna do whatever I feel is best for me in the long run. Obviously, I would love to continue to sell and whatnot. I just think, you know, if an opportunity arises where someone sees the value I can bring to their company and actually be recognized, I'm gonna, you know, like, I'm gonna consider it for sure. It's gonna take, you know, a really bad offer for me not to consider it. Obviously, this is something that I want to do. You know, the selling sports cards has been my passion for, you know, it's like, what, 4 years now of my life. Sometimes it kind of feels surreal that we do put a value on cardboard, but at the same time, we enjoy it, right? So it's one of those things, right? It feels surreal. At that point, it's like, is this actually happening? Is this actually an endeavor that makes sense in the long run? Is this actually something that can pay off? Obviously, a lot of people have made it work, and there's a lot of doors that can be opened. I think one of the main things for someone like me is to broaden the reach of their business relationships and all that. I don't have many repackers. Do I need repackers? No, I don't. I have at least 3 I could contact if I need to. And speaking of just finding random nice cards, Garrett Wilson on the color burst there. It's a 1 per hobby box exclusive parallel there. But yeah, so for me, finding stuff like this where it's like, that's a, you know, $5 plus dollar bill, right? Potentially, right? I'm pretty sure this would be probably close to $5, $10 maybe, in one single card. And then all of these, right, have value too, like 50 cents at least. You know, maybe eventually those will sell for $1 on Whatnot. You get 50 cents there. That one is the mosaic parallel. I mean, maybe $1, maybe more, maybe 50 cents. 50 cents there, $1 there. If I sell it directly, Mahomes, that's probably another $5. Mahomes also sell for 50 cents at least. When I say 50 cents at least, to get $1 on Whatnot. But yeah, so for me, it just adds up big time. That's another $1. Direct sale for sure. Jamar Chase, obviously, you know. But I mean, I have literally, this is another full box. I showed pretty much the most part, that entire box there. 1, 2, 3 boxes, just like literally, if you see, just the madness that is ensuing because I have a card show I'm preparing for next week. But yeah, so if you stayed this long, I appreciate you. One of the things that might happen in the future, I might end up getting a job here sometime soon, maybe sooner than I was thinking earlier, just because of personal reasons and all that. But yeah, I might talk about that in the future. Not too sure, but yeah, might end up getting a job. Might end up just trying to actually jump into selling on whatnot, selling sports cards, and being a real full-time sports vendor, and doing this big. Obviously I'm doing stuff here and there, but definitely not fully jumping into it all the way. Obviously, you see I still have, that's probably, I would guess, $100 inventory right here. There's some stuff over here also. There's 3 boxes full of cards, pretty much. Maybe 2.5. There's these 2 right here. I'm looking at 2 rows off screen. I'm looking at a 5 row full of sleeve cards. I'm looking at another 2 row, another 2 row. But yeah, so when it comes to cards, I'm stockpiled on them. Those are all, there's some stuff obviously that is just let me try to find. So Zach Wilson, I mean, you might get 50 cents. Michael, technically, these cards, you might be able to get 50 cents for on whatnot, after fees and all that. J.C. Horn's actually a sneaky good player. Mike Evans, and another decently good. Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, Nick Chubb color match there. Certain stuff, obviously, doesn't have the full potential resale value as, something that, so it's although I'm looking at that much stuff, it's not like I'm sitting on only cards that are Garrett Wilson cards. I'm sitting on stuff that, might not be able to sell, just random parallels of rookies who haven't panned out fully, just as examples. But yeah, so what's next? Refining and doing more, probably. Realizing, is keeping up the grind. Maybe doubling down. I mean, there's a lot more in store. One of the big things that I'm hoping for in the future is to be able to do more than one whatnot show each and every week. It does take quite a bit of time to actually prepare inventory. This is my current whatnot box of really cool stuff. I don't know if I've shown it or not, but that's going to be a giveaway. But out of 25, it's a cool short numbered card. Some people really like the Bowman Chrome U stuff last week, so grabbed out the rest of my stuff. This is out of 5 auto. I'll be running on whatnot. It's first on print too. But yeah, so out of 25, press proof Eli Apple. I don't know. The whole point is that I'm finding more and more value, and where I pulled this directly. I pulled this one directly. I pulled these 3 cards. Amon Ra, rookie patch, Daniel Jones, orange scope, numbered 79. It's also last on print, which is pretty cool. Pulled that one. A whole bunch of autos. I'm seeing a lot of support on whatnot. More and more support, should I say. They liked Dan Marino last week. Michael Thomas is pretty cool. But yeah, it takes a lot of time to actually get all these whatnot shows ready. I remove each and every card from its Doppler. I kind of do a little inspection before I sell it. He's the EA cover boy for college football. Like, there's a whole bunch of these star parallels. Just a cool Will McDonald green prism color match. I think he actually had a pretty decent game against the Patriots, yeah. A DTR pink prism. I might just stash that away, but, you know, this is my little box of whatnot stuff. Just the cooler, like, I'm getting the cooler and cooler stuff. I started doing 5-second auctions on whatnot now. I think that has really started to help. It makes me go through a lot faster. Like, all these cards probably start at 5 seconds, potentially. Jalen Johnson's a stud. I feel like that's going to sell for $1, and then it's going to be a really great deal for whoever gets that. Both Packers tight ends, Tyreek Hill red from Absolute. Just some cool little parallels of superstar players there. More and more, like autos. I already showed this, but this is my whatnot pile here. Just some really cool stuff. But yeah, so trying to grab more and more of this stuff, trying to make more connections to buy this stuff so I can then host more and more whatnot streams. Obviously, it does take a lot of time to actually put on the show, especially the way I do it and all that, and trying to properly source inventory, trying to be, you know, providing the best variety and quality is one of the main things that I am trying to stick to. That's like literally, and I'm trying to stick to everything just going at $1, especially looking at the amount of inventory I still have. I think a lot of direct sales are going to be in my future. I think some of that might be able to help me maximize the value, because like for these two cards, I'd probably get $1 and get 57 cents. At $2, I'm 3xing my money just about that I get for these two cards. Or if I sell them directly, then I'm 4xing the money pretty much that I'd get. Like for me, so I think direct sales are going to be a huge part of the future. Yeah, I should have probably made more and more bullet points. It just means I can, you know, upload another future video. I think that's just the main points is always going to do low end, direct sales, and being okay with what stuff sells for, because there's a lot of inventory out there. Expanding my selection of buyers. So there's a couple of different things. Like there's 5 things there. Selection of buyers. I don't remember what the other 4 I just said. I mean, I remember some of them, but it's drawing blank. I need to wrap up this video is what I'm trying to do. But then there's future. I want to move to Las Vegas. Is one of the big things I want to do. Probably be, I'm guessing, another 5 years. That's what I'm guessing. That would be probably the time frame I'm going to put on it. Hopefully, maybe faster than that, especially with the growth and support you guys have been showing and giving on these videos, man. I can't thank you guys enough, and especially for the support you guys show me on whatnot too. A lot of you guys come in there and say hello and say that you enjoy the videos. It just shows me that, you know, each and every 2 days I need to upload a video, and I want to show you guys, you know, the actual, you know, love back that you guys show me. And I don't know, just doing the best thing I can for the people who support me. And yeah, but yeah, one of the other things I need to do is go spend time with my brother. I haven't seen him in a long time. Sorry, but that's my brother if he's listening. So the big thing I would want to do is move out to Vegas. That's like 5 years from now. 15 years from now, I want to make my own card shop. That would be very, very cool. I already have somewhat of an idea of where I would want to try to potentially, but I'm not sure if they're gonna need a card shop that long in the future. I'm guessing they wouldn't, just because of how developed and fast they're developing more and more in that town. But yeah, I'm gonna end up calling it here because I have a lot to do and I have to edit this video for you guys. But yeah, so appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy this video. A wild, just hodgepodge of me just stumbling through cards and showing you why I enjoy selling low-end cards that so much, and you know, my thought processes and how my current state of mind is currently at with, you know, selling these goods, these collectibles and all that. And so yeah, appreciate you for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video.